All right. So back to Kevin Garnett again. Kevin Garnett was on his podcast with Paul Pierce. Was it Truth and Ticket? I think it's on Showtime. I think it's part of that All the Smoke brand, I guess. And these guys, man, these older NBA players, they're not happy. They're not happy with Anthony Edwards. About to say Anthony Davis. They're not happy with Anthony Edwards. They're not happy at all with his comments. We already know Magic lambasted Anthony Edwards, asking him has he ever won anything. But Paul Pierce and Cameron Garnett, they're not too happy. I'm reading this article off Who's Hype, so I'm not gonna get it from YouTube and try to find that video because it was off that, like I said, off that podcast. And the title reads, Kevin Garnett, I don't think anyone in this generation could play 20 years ago, which that would have been in 2004. Man, time has passed. And this is what he had said on his podcast. Shout out to Two Row, because I think he was the first person that actually made a video on this. And I knew I had to say my 2 cents on this. If I'm being honest, bro, I don't think anyone or anybody in this generation could play 20 years ago. If I'm being 100, and this is to Ant, and this is to everyone in our league, Tatum, all y'all, let me tell you something. 20 years ago, bro, you couldn't get a triple step back. You hear what I'm saying to you? You couldn't get a triple step back. And if you shot that, curse word, it had to go in. You know why? Because we had efficiency back in the day. My dude, and it was so effing hard. It was too physical. And guess what? The league had to come off it for the flow of the movement to be able to have scoring go up. Which is why we like to sit here and watch that kind of a rat race at a high speed pace game right now. That's what he said. He goes on to say, man, the levels in which you had not to be only strong enough, but skilled enough to get by this curse word in front of you. You understand, they ain't never seen a 6'7" Rodman guard you. Bro, I see you. You know you're in the scout report. We know you gotta go left. We know you can finish right, but you can go left to pull up. Bro, everybody knows. Watching the games back then, Isaiah Thomas and then Joe Dumars, which nobody gives credit for. I don't know why. It's a weird thing. I had to agree with sports and fitness rats. Why does Isaiah never talk about Joe Dumars, but always talks about the Bulls? But anyways, sorry. And then Joe Dumars shut down Jordan, bro. They were coming to lane, bro. You might get your nose broken trying to dunk. You understand? Dwayne Wade broke Kobe Bryant's nose in the All-Star game, man. Yeah, anybody remember that? That was an All-Star game. Not a regular season game, an All-Star game. Bro, it was different. It was very different back then. So, that was it right there. Kevin Garnett said was right on the money. And these dudes today playing in this league was to play 20 years ago. I can't count LeBron because he did play in that 20 years ago. So I ain't going to count him. But some of these newer dudes were to play in the league today. I mean, playing the league back then. They're playing today, I mean. They wouldn't be doing the things they'd be doing. Like I said, they got this freedom movement rule where they can basically do anything they want offensively. Curry, I wouldn't say he struggled, but he would get his threes would be harder to get. James Harden, a little step back, they ain't gonna allow that. But I think the defenders are probably just a little bit quicker, a little bit more smarter. IQ was a little bit more back then. The game's been so diluted now. And here's how bad the IQ is. So, fast break. You're on a fast break. And I see most dudes now, they're going straight to the 3-point and shooting threes. Well, you can just go straight to the lane, get an easy 2. Or they shoot threes when there's no one down there from their team, but it's a defensive player down there already. It's like, why would just wait on your team to get back before you shoot the 3? Set up the offense. Why are you trying to hurry up and shoot a quick 3 when you have no reinforcements down there? You got the other team, at least 2 members of the other team down there waiting to get the rebound. Stuff like that makes no sense. So yes, I have to agree with Kevin Garnett. The league is watered down. You just shoot threes all the time. You can't do that. You couldn't do that back then. And the 3-pointer wasn't even, not to say that it wasn't honored, but it was, but it wasn't a big deal that half the league, 99% of the league shoots threes. No, you had to work for yours. Yes, the pace was slower because you had to work for it. It was nothing easy. And that's the basketball I miss. I still play some of it now when you play pickup, depending on who you play with. But this just shooting threes out of nowhere, it's lame. It's getting boring. Basketball back then was exciting. We actually had some rivalries when these dudes really didn't like each other. I was referring to a couple of videos ago, but the Bulls and Pacers playing in '98 Eastern Conference Finals, these guys did not like each other. It was hard playing, hard defense, physical, too much trash talking. That some of these dudes probably wouldn't even stand the trash talking. They'd probably get in their feelings. Because you know you had trash talkers like Gary Payton. Oh, I can think off the top of my head. Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller talked trash. Of course, Jordan talked trash. All these dudes back then. You can go back to the days. Bird was talking trash. Bird was notorious for talking trash. These dudes weren't saying nothing nice. They ain't like shaking hands like that. Of course, Dennis Rodman is another one trash talk. Dennis Rodman tried to get into your head. And it worked. That's why I think if Dennis Rodman playing in today's league, especially going against that dark side fool in LA, oh, it's over. Because Dennis Rodman, people don't know, he was physical, he was athletic. But these younger fans don't know nothing about that. So, if Anthony Edwards played back then, oh man, he'd be going through it. Playing in 2004, I'm trying to think. 2004, shoot. Play against that San Antonio Spurs team. Shoot, even the New Jersey Nets team were physical. Those teams were physical. Kevin Garnett's Timberwolves were physical. They had to work for it. Don't get me started on the 90s. The Anthony Edwards had to play in the 90s. Oh my goodness. All those dudes were physical. All those dudes had skill. Too. Gotta have skill. I don't get the not having skill. You gotta have skill to pass. You gotta have skill to lead the league and assist. To lead the league in steals. You gotta have the mental fortitude to get through the tough defense to become a 3-point field goal leader. To score the most threes in a season. You gotta be tough. You gotta have your footwork down. You gotta have absolutely complete good footwork to get through the tough defenses of the 90s, even the 2000s. There was no just jack up threes. You gotta work for yours. That's what I miss about the old NBA. It's no grind no more. It's just fluff now. And these dudes, all they care about is their money and their BBL bastard ass